Conquering Mount Scrapper with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and we're bringing you the block 2 round 1 of the community round robin. And see, these are the block 1s, rounds 1 and 2 that we were able to finish on the first block. So now we've got the second block done, and now we're working on round 1. Okay, so let's get her a shout out first, because we have lots of explaining to do about this block, but it'll be fun. Dione from 4 Clovers Quilting is our shout out today. Now, her YouTube channel is going to be in our show notes below or description box. It's so important you get in there, because we're going to have the FPP patterns as well as the cutting patterns, because there's 3 options. We're giving you 3 options for this round, and they're beautiful. They're a lot of fun, and they're going to be, we have an easy one, we have an intermediate, and we have a hard. But go look for her YouTube channel, and it's 4 Clovers Quilting, and give her some love and encouragement, and cheer her on a bit, and tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. Also, I wanted to talk to you about I Speak for Free. I have been enjoying that very, very much. I get to meet amazing quilters from all over, and all of, I speak to quilting groups or quilting guilds over Zoom, and my presentation is about 45 minutes, and I do a question and answer afterwards, and I just have such an amazing time chatting with these other quilters. There's some very talented people out there. So now the community round robin, this is what we're doing here right now. We also have a Facebook group, and I am so blessed to see all these beautiful blocks coming up in my Facebook group page. You guys are just rocking this. The color palettes are amazing. I'm so glad you guys are shopping your stash and playing with your scraps, and it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see those blocks come up and come to life in your perception of what, how to do this. This is just great. Now, also, we have Zoom sew dates listed from now until December in the description box. So if you want to come, and that's for everybody on YouTube, right? So if you want to come those days, they're marked. We have a great time. It's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're either in Alberta, Canada, where my home is, or we're in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, where we have a little winter home. And we just have so much fun in those sew dates. It's just great, Also, the Facebook group has a virtual sewing room, of course. It's open 24/7 under Discord. Now, Discords were... The Facebook shut down all the big sewing, the big virtual rooms. They shut them all down because I guess it was draining their servers or something, taking up too much server space. I don't know. That's an IT thing. My husband probably explained it to you better. So we moved over to Discord, and the people that are participating in those virtual sewing rooms are having so much fun, and I'm hoping to get on there again, but life here has been very busy over the summer. So I think that's it. That's all I had to report today. So what we're going to do is we have 3 options, of course, for this piece. Now, here is my hard option, and the little people, that pattern there is called March of the Creatives, and this was inspired by the people I was working with, because they were so much fun, and it was wonderful. So this is the hard version, right? The intermediate version looks like this. It's 2 hearts touching, and this one is called Love is Love. And then there's the beginner version, because we don't want to scare away the beginners on this. The beginner version here is hearts. We're going to show you how to do some patchwork hearts. So come on in, let's get to this sewing. Okay, so we're at the sewing machine here, and basically we have 3 options for this area right here. We can do, this is called March of the Creatives. Now that's hard, because there's a lot of piecing, a lot of little stuff going on. This one is called Love is Love, and that would go around the block like this, just like that, and that would change the look of the block. Now this, I know it's a red house with red hearts, but I mean, it's you could, if this was a different color, this would really pop out, right? So what we're going to do And you can see too, I had to pin back the round 2 because I've already sewn it on, right? So if you understand that you've done a lot of foundation paper piecing in your time as a quilter, go for this. This is one that I thought everybody who sees it says that this one just makes this whole block absolutely charming. If you don't have a lot of experience with foundation paper piecing, this one here is intermediate, and it's a lot simpler to do. I decided to go and make mine a string block, right? So I mean, mine's a little, you know, happy and a little crazy, and it's a great way of using up your crumbs. You go into your red crumb bin and you start taking them out and you just have a good time with them. So, but I am going to show the beginners this block, right? Because we don't want to scare the beginners away with having something too hard, right? So, and this block is really simple and it's just really, really cute. Now, I found, let's see, let's get this out of the way because we don't need this right now. Okay. So this is the block we're aiming for, okay? And if you can see that there, I don't know, okay, we'll put it that way. So this, we have our 2 by 3.5 inch rectangles. Now, I just found some really cool Bernina fabric and I thought, oh, let's have fun with this. So I decided, okay, let's do this. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put peaks on both sides of the Bernina fabric, right? So because this is a 1-inch square, I can pretty much eyeball this very quick as to what I'm going to do. Now, if you need things like a tweezer to hold this, you just line this up, and you can I pretty much can eyeball. If you need to draw the line, draw the line, because I mean that's important. We're just doing it as a flip and stitch. And it should come together really quickly. And there we go. Just line it up. And you want to stay to this side of the line, not on this side. You're going to be sewing more of this imaginary line. You want to sew more on this side than this side. So we're just running this through. And last one up. Oops. Let me flip this over the right way. No. Yeah. This, okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to get these off, these little ones, and now we're going to do the other side of the point, right? Because you want to make this happen. Now, check before you cut that you have good coverage, and you are going to, you know, just make sure that you can do that. You just cut off a little bit. There we go. I put my thumbnail over so that I know which side to cut on the thread line, because I have cut off the wrong side. And once you do that, you're done. You're done. Now these don't meet. They don't hang over each other, so you can get kind of a more rounded shape as you're sewing them. So you start going the other way, and again, you want to sew more to this side than this side, right? And oof, there we go. Yes, I got coverage, and we're just gonna clip that off and put that in the pile of junk that we're throwing into the pet bed crumbs. Yeah. Okay. And so we've got the top of the heart done, pretty much. As soon as you put 2 on, you've got the top of the heart done, pretty much. And that creates that rounded shape. When you sew it, you've got a 1/4 inch seam, and that creates more of a rounded look. So you haven't got points, right? So let's, oops, there we go. Just one more. 2 more. Oh. Okay, and last one. Yeah. I don't know where I got the Bernina fabric. I think I got this Bernina fabric in a scrap bag. But it's cute. I don't have a Bernina sewing machine, but someday maybe. Who knows? I still think the fabric's cute. So now, I'm going to go around my plug under. Okay, so now we've got this. And again, we're just going to, and now we're going to lay them back out so we can see the heart, because the next piece is also going to be a flip and stitch corner, but you have to sew 2 on one side and 2 on the other side, right, to make a heart. So just quickly checking this. I just love this kind of stuff. Kind of like these fiddly little fun things. So now as you're laying this out, right, the heart, you're going to have 2 going this way, right? 2 going this way and 1 going the other way. So the easiest way to sew this is you do the 2 at the same time that are the same, and then you don't mess them up. All of a sudden you don't have 3 going one way or whatever, so you want them just to go, and like I say, draw your line if you want, or press. You can press a line, that works too. That also works. Okay, so let's do this. And now you're going to sew them the other way, going the other way. There we go. And now we're going to do it the other way. So we want them to come like this. Okay. There we go. Line it up. Take your time. And getting them to slant the right way is 95% of the battle. Right? So you just line those up. Oh, I got it on the wrong way. Okay, so now I decided to go with 4 blocks because I want to make 4 blocks of each, because I want to make a queen size quilt, and I get to use a little bit more fabric that way. So again, check your lines. Check to make sure that it's going the right direction. Okay. And I don't save these from a 2-inch, like a 2-inch block. I don't save them. They're too small. These triangles are too small. By the time you finish, you got something that's so tiny. Okay, and there we go. It works. Got coverage. I'm good. Okay. There we go. Yep, that works too. Oh, there. Now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to sew these 2 parts together. And you see how you've got the heart? Start getting a heart shape going on. So when we lay them together like this, what happens is you've got a lot of bulk here. So you have to change the direction of that one seam. So instead of it going out, you want it to go in. And we're just going to change our foot because it's not a video of mine without me doing a foot change. Oops. Okay, there we go. I shouldn't have taken that out so far. Okay. There we go. Get it started. There we go. I prefer to sew seams like this with my 1/4-inch foot. I've got a pretty good 1/4-inch foot. Okay, so because all those seams are going the same way like this, you want to take the top one and flip it down, right? So the bottom is going up and the top is going down. And you want to just line it up. Take your time. Get in there. You want to make sure you have a nice sharp point that way. And the nesting is good. And you just want to get like 1 stitch over. And you're going to do the same with the bottom. So one goes up and one goes down. And that'll give you a sharp point that meets nicely. And that makes a big difference, because when you've got like really sharp points here and here, it looks really, really crisp. Your work looks lovely. Lovely and crisp, and you've taken all this time. So you line it up, make sure one goes down, the other one goes this way, and make sure you've got a real tight nest in there. You just want to get one stitch over there, and then you line this up the same way. There we go. Okay. There. A little more to these little blocks, aren't there? So now, what I do is I scratch this just a bit more to help it lay flat. But you're also going to sew it flat. Now, this one I pressed open, the back. I think I'm going to do that here with this as well. Because I think it just lies a little bit flatter when you press it open. For some reason, it just... You can press all your seams open if you want, but I mean, there's sometimes, you know, that lay over or just, you know, move to one side. Works great. Now you can see I got great points here and here. Again, on this one too, I got a nice crisp point. I've got a perfect, you know, 1/4 inch point, you know, and everything's meeting up. So let's get this sewn together. So you have 1.5 inch by 3.5 inch, right? Then go on the outside, and this 1 inch by 3.5 goes in the middle, right? So what you're going to do now is you're going to sew this. And you don't want to twist any of your seams, so we're just going to run these through. Okay. I'm going to take this, and we're going to run that through. Okay, here we go. Okay. I got a smaller plug, but oh well. That's okay. That's okay. So this one goes out. I just press these out like so. So the seam is going that way, right? So just out like that. And when I do the same thing here, I want that seam to just press out and over. Just like that. And I'm going to put the last piece on here. And I'm going to sew it from this side so I can see all my seams, right? Because I don't want them twisting, you know. And this one's going to be sewn up. Okay. There we go. And I can push this one down. That works. I don't have to worry about any show through or anything like that. So now, oops, let's get this under. So now it's just a matter of sewing these together, just like that. And I'm going to flip it over so I get this seam. I make sure these seams don't twist on me. Okay. And line it up. Sew it down. This seam has to go up. This one has to go like this. And I'm just going to press this one this way to avoid any show through. And let's get this off the sewing machine. There we go. With the plug. And now I'm going to take this seam that we just sewed like that. I'm just going to press it in. So now this 1 inch strip, seriously, you shouldn't be able to see any white, but my seam is a little off. So what I have now is I'm going to measure, this is supposed to be 8.5 inches by 3.5. So now with these coping strips on the side that we have here, I'll give you a better look here. With these coping strips here, if mine is a little, you know, let's say 8 3/4, I can trim it, right? I've made this just a little bit bigger, right? You can see that. Just a little bit bigger than I needed to, so that I can trim it to fit the right size. That is so important when you're coming with these borders, is that you get stuff that works, a piece border that works and will fit the, you know, the right size. And you have cheats or coping strips built in to make sure you succeed. So let's get this all pressed up nice and we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay. So we're at the ta-da moment, and the only thing we worked on here was this area here around the block. Now, there's 3 options. There's March of the Creatives, which is going to be in the show notes below, right in the description box. There's March of the Creatives. There is Love is Love, that block. Now, that block, you know, would fit in here just like so. And I think it would also be really, really cute, you know, like to put something like that on. And it's all strings. So that's how we ended up with kind of unique piecing. The beginner-friendly one is the pieced hearts. Now the pieced hearts would tilt in towards the house, right? So that's where you have this. Now if you wanted to do a combination, because you wanted to see if you could do the intermediate blocks or the hard block, by all means, play around with this, have some fun. It has to measure 3.5 by 8.5, right? Because the next round has to go on. Round 2 has to go on this block. So this is it's been a lot of fun doing this, but like I say, I chose this because I just thought that this would be sweet. And I've got lots of experience with the foundation paper piecing, but this one here is not for everybody. Be honest with yourself. Set yourself up for success. And if your skills are not at the hard level, then work with the intermediate. If you're a beginner, do the patchwork. Just be honest with yourself. If you want to try and do a couple of these, that you can. It's all good. It's all good. I do hope you give these a try. Like I say, it's you know, this has to be 8.5 by 3.5. This area here that we're looking at, and you know, it's just so much fun to play around with these. So, until we meet each other again, I hope you have an absolutely amazing week ahead. And it was so much fun putting 2 videos out for you today. Check the other one out because it's got to do with the cornerstones here. And I hope you have some fun. Okay, take care. Bye. Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!